Everything changed when the war started.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine.
My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. 4 Ezra verse 15. In a world teetering on the edge of chaos, where tensions rise and destinies collide, a chilling prophecy echoes through the corridors of time. Prepare yourselves, for a voice of warning emerges from the shadows, resonating with the fervor of a devout believer awaiting the signs of the rapture. Amidst the turmoil that engulfs the Russian-Ukrainian battlefield, a visionary leader, steeped in the ways of Wagner, peers into the abyss of uncertainty. With eyes that pierce through the fog of war, he unveils a premonition, foretelling of grave losses and looming turmoil for the forces of Russia. But this prophecy is not confined to the realm of military conflict. It weaves a tapestry of revolution, igniting the spark of change within the hearts of the Russian people. As the leader gazes into the future, he senses the rumblings of dissent, the whispers of an awakening that seek to challenge the foundations of power. The time is now. The choice is ours. Will we listen to the voice of prophecy, or will we let history repeat its darkest chapters? The answer lies in our hands. In a startling revelation that could have far-reaching consequences, a top leader from the infamous Wagner group has issued a warning that has sent shockwaves throughout Russia and the international community. A new revolution could rock Russia if our stuttering war effort in Ukraine continues. Moscow's military readiness is severely lacking, and it may expose divisions within President Vladimir Putin's military hierarchy. Yevgeny expresses his concerns about Moscow's troops being unprepared to resist forces loyal to Kiev, even if they enter Russian territory. Even when they enter Russian territory, our troops are unprepared to resist them in any shape or form. Yevgeny praises the capabilities of the Ukrainian army and urges Moscow to escalate its war effort to avoid a prolonged and costly conflict. Ukrainians today have one of the strongest armies in the world. Their forces are highly organized, highly trained, and their intelligence is on the highest level. They can operate any military system with equal success, be it Soviet or NATO. Yevgeny mentions a recent incident where a group of anti-Putin Russians entered the Belgorod region, causing anger and confusion among Russia's influential military analysts. What about the incident in the Belgorod region? Russian defense forces are absolutely not ready to resist them in any shape or form. Yevgeny criticizes Russia's traditional military hierarchy and blames them for the casualties suffered by Wagner forces due to insufficient ammunition. Russian defense chiefs are to blame for tens of thousands of Wagner casualties because they didn't have enough ammunition. Yevgeny's comments become even more alarming as he urges Moscow to intensify the war effort and declares the need for martial law and a new wave of mobilization. We must step up our war effort and defeat Ukraine. Yevgeny warns that if Russian losses continue to mount, it could lead to a revolution similar to the one in 1917. If Russian losses continue, all these divisions can end in a revolution, just like in 1917. First, the soldiers will stand up, and after that, their loved ones will rise up. There are already tens of thousands of them, relatives of those killed, and there will probably be hundreds of thousands. We cannot avoid that. Russian forces, mainly Wagner troops, have struggled for months to capture Bakhmut, a strategically insignificant city in Ukraine's east, resulting in significant losses. The larger ground campaign has been at a stalemate since successful Ukrainian counterattacks last autumn. Wagner chief again slams Russian Defense Ministry, accuses soldiers of fleeing. The founder and chief of the Wagner Group is seated behind a desk. He appears frustrated as he addresses the camera in a series of messages released by his press service. Once again, I must call out the Russian Defense Ministry for their failure to adequately supply our mercenary fighters with ammunition. This negligence has put their lives at risk. Yevgeny expresses his disappointment with the Russian troops, accusing them of fleeing the fighting around the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut. Russian troops are abandoning their posts in the face of battle. They are fleeing instead of standing their ground. This is a disgrace. These comments by Prigozhin are the latest in a series of public criticisms he has directed towards top Russian military officials. Yevgeny had previously threatened to withdraw Wagner forces from the Bakhmut region unless they received more ammunition, but he later appeared to back down from this threat. In a separate video, Prigozhin showcases a grim scene, revealing piles of corpses, which he claims are fallen Wagner soldiers. Yevgeny takes advantage of the timing, posting these messages and videos before and after the Red Square Victory Day parade in Moscow, commemorating the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II. In a lengthy message posted on Telegram, Yevgeny unleashes a profanity-laden tirade against military officials, expressing his belief that they are incapable of defending the country. Instead of focusing on the fight, we are mired in constant intrigues. Our Ministry of Defense has become a ministry of intrigue. Our army is in disarray, retreating from battle. The 72nd Brigade has lost 3 square kilometers, and I have lost around 500 people due to this strategic bridgehead. According to Prigozhin, Russian soldiers are fleeing due to the incompetence of their commanders, who are issuing criminal orders. Soldiers should not perish due to the sheer idiocy of their leadership. The authenticity of Prigozhin's claims cannot be immediately verified, but military bloggers and nationalist supporters have amplified his statements. There is no immediate response from the Defense Ministry regarding Prigozhin's accusations. Throughout the 14-month war, Russia has suffered an estimated 200,000 casualties, according to Western estimates. The fighting in Bakhmut continues to claim lives daily. Russian forces have besieged the city since the previous summer and are believed to control at least 75%, if not more, of its territory. A combat order was issued yesterday, clearly stating that leaving our positions in Bakhmut would be considered treason against the motherland. However, if we are not provided with the necessary ammunition, we will withdraw and question who is truly betraying our motherland. Yevgeny's determination to address the ammunition shortage and criticize the military leadership is evident in his final statement: Russian invasion of Ukraine. In a significant escalation of the Russo-Ukrainian war that began in 2014, Russia invaded and occupied parts of Ukraine on the 24th of February 2022. The invasion has resulted in a large number of casualties on both sides and has triggered the largest refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. By June, approximately 8 million Ukrainians were displaced within their own country, and by May 2023, over 8.2 million had fled Ukraine. Prior to the invasion, Russian troops had been amassing near Ukraine's borders, despite repeated denials by Russian officials regarding plans to attack Ukraine. On the 24th of February 2022, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a special military operation to support the breakaway republics of Donetsk and Luhansk, which were under Russian control and engaged in conflict with Ukraine in the Donbas region. Putin claimed the operation aimed to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. He expressed irredentist views, disputed Ukraine's right to exist, and falsely accused the Ukrainian government of being neo-Nazi and persecuting ethnic Russians. Shortly after Putin's announcement, Russia launched airstrikes and initiated a ground invasion from multiple fronts, including Belarus, Crimea, and the Donbas region, targeting Kiev, Kharkiv, and other areas. In response, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky declared martial law and ordered a general mobilization. By April, Russian troops had withdrawn from the northern front. On the southern and southeastern fronts, Russia captured Kherson in March and besieged and took control of Mariupol in May, causing significant destruction. On the 18th of April, Russia initiated a renewed battle in the Donbas region. Throughout the winter, Russian forces continued to bombard military and civilian targets beyond the front lines, including Ukraine's energy infrastructure. In late 2022, Ukraine launched counteroffensives in the south and east, and Russia subsequently announced the illegal annexation of partially occupied oblasts. In November, Ukraine recaptured parts of Kherson Oblast, including the city of Kherson. On the 7th of February 2023, Russia mobilized nearly 200,000 soldiers for a renewed offensive toward Bakhmut. The international community has widely condemned the invasion. The United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution ES 11-1, which denounced the invasion and demanded the complete withdrawal of Russian forces. The International Court of Justice ordered Russia to halt military operations, and the Council of Europe expelled Russia. Numerous countries imposed sanctions on Russia and its ally Belarus, while also providing humanitarian and military assistance to Ukraine. Protests took place worldwide, with Russia responding by conducting mass arrests and increasing media censorship. In response to the invasion, over 1,000 companies relocated from Russia and Belarus. The International Criminal Court initiated an investigation into potential crimes against humanity, war crimes, child abductions, and genocide during the invasion, leading to an arrest warrant being issued for Putin in March 2023. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in another video.